Oh, hey there. Hey there. Well, welcome to our room, our house here.
Yeah.
Sarit, how about you have a drink of my coffee? In today's video, we're going to be talking about 4 ways that you can boost your metabolism so that you can have an easier time losing the weight that has been so stubborn.
Do 4 like this. Can you do 4 like...
Without a pinky?
How do you call it? Eddie Scissorhands? What was the movie?
Eddie Scissorhands.
No, Scream. Where it like...
The little hand? Where he had his little hand?
Yeah.
His strong hand. Edward Scissorhands, I believe, is who you were looking for, which is Johnny Depp.
This hand does a better job than this one.
Can you do it? Okay, anyways, enough. Okay, welcome to this video. We want to teach you what 4 different ways that you can boost your metabolism. Metabolism. How many ways can you say metabolism?
Why is that important?
Number 1.
Why do you want to increase your metabolism?
So that you can eat more food and not gain weight.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that was one of my reasons.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So you mean I can eat more pancakes and not have any negative implications?
You listen. Get away from my coffee.
All right. So how do we do it? Okay. The reason why I did this is
Number
because
Number one. Gain muscle.
Gain muscle. Gain more muscle. There's
Gain
only
more
one
muscle.
way to gain more muscle. You gotta lift more weights.
Lift. Okay, but I want to combat a very common objection to gaining muscle or lifting weights.
Let me
okay?
guess.
Yes.
Erin,
I don't want
I don't want to get bulky. I mean,
to get bulky.
I mean, I kind of like
Okay.
muscles, but this is
Okay.
too bulky.
Enough. So, we get it.
I'm kidding.
I don't know how many times I've heard that, and I get it because they're like, not everybody has to want to look the way that we look. That is totally fine. We are not here to tell you how you have to look that will make you feel good about you. Our job is to help you get to the way that makes you feel good about you. Okay. So, however, one of the ways is building more muscle. Now, there's a lot of benefits to this, and I will reassure you that in order to get what you may see as bulky will take a very long time, a very lot of weight,
and a very lot of work.
An extreme amount of work. Okay? This took working very hard, eating very clean, being very consistent for over a decade. Okay? So you do not accidentally wake up one day and say, oh
my gosh,
I turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger's sister. How did this happen? Okay, so as you go on, like, just like you wouldn't wake up one day weighing 20 pounds less of fat, which I'm sure a lot of people would really like, you will also not wake up one day like ripping the sleeves off your shirts because your shoulders and your biceps are just too jacked, okay? So as you are going along, you can decide, hey, my muscles are getting too big, which I doubt you will ever say to yourself because it takes way more work than most people think. And you can always tone it down. Now, there's different ways to lift weight that encourages the size of the muscle versus the strength of a muscle, but does not really too much affect the size, okay? So here's the deal. The muscle is a metabolic organ. Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
And so what that means is the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. Mm-hmm. So if you were to sit on the couch all day long and not do anything, you have 2 people who weigh 150 pounds, but one of them is a really lean, but is a very muscular 150 pounds, and the other person is a soft 150 pounds, and a little a little flabby here or there, like I used to be. And the person with more muscle just literally doing the same amount of activity will burn a lot more calories than the other person, okay? So what does that mean? For one, you can eat more carbs because the more muscle you have, the larger your storage unit is, because one of the two places that carbs are stored is in your muscles. So you have a bigger storage unit, right? If you have a bigger, is he gonna do it on every video?
Has to make a present.
He has to see you. He has to have you hear him.
Grandma
But
just helped shut him up.
yeah, she's doing really good. She's giving him food. Yeah, and she's screaming at him. Okay, so Boogie and Callie's grandma's here. I don't know if you can hear her or not, but I thought it would be funny if you could. Anyways, imagine you have a storage unit and you're like, oh my gosh, I have this extra couch and like this surfboard and like these golf clubs and this all this stuff, and I put it in, oh my God, my stuff doesn't all fit. I gotta get a bigger storage unit, right? It's like when you build more muscles, you can fit more carbs into the storage unit. You know what I mean? Okay. The other thing about building muscle is typically the way in which you build muscle also builds your bone density. So this is especially important for females because the older anybody gets, the more breakdown there is in body. And if you are taking care of it and you're doing things to slow the aging process, like resistance training or lifting weights, increasing your bone density makes you less frail and less likely less likely to get injured as you get older.
I want to share an astonishing stat is a fact, I guess. Did you know that more people over the age of 60 die from falling down and not being able to get back up than from cancer?
That's why they got that life alert.
Imagine that.
It's crazy. Imagine if you died because you fell and you couldn't get up and nobody was there. Like,
what a way to just...
That's like, I feel like, I think about the other terrible ways that somebody could die, and I'm like, that is, we don't want you to be in that position, okay?
Yeah, but it's just, it's so simple, but so profound.
So the third thing that is good about building more muscle is that you are more capable of doing things without having to ask for help. Opening that pickle jar.
Or that roasted red pepper jar.
Man, that roasted red pepper jar from Costco. They have the Hulk screw that lid on, I swear.
Yeah.
And then lastly, of course, is it makes you more metabolically active. So your body burns more calories, your metabolism is higher. And so building muscle is number one to boosting your metabolism.
All right, let's talk about the next one.
Number two is consistently eating clean, healthy food. Now, this doesn't mean that you can never have a brownie or you can never treat yourself to an ice cream cone. I love me some ice cream every once in a while. We like to get a margarita every once in a while. It's been a while since we drank, but you know, whatever. It's not necessarily bad. It's just what is your pattern consistently over time? Mm-hmm. And I would say, like, you know, the 80-20 rule is a really good rule. Myself, I prefer 90-10 or 95-5. But we had to work our way up to that, okay? So if I would say like at least 80-20, 80% you're eating really good, clean, healthy foods. And I'm not talking about 80% of the week, like Monday through Saturday afternoon, you eat like extremely clean, no sugar, you know, no treats, blah, blah, blah. And then like Saturday afternoon to the end of the day, Sunday, you're eating anything and everything in sight. That you could be consistent at, but that's not the consistency I'm talking about. I'm talking about consistently balanced. I don't like the word balance a lot, but in this case, balanced throughout the entire day, throughout the week, throughout the months, throughout the years, throughout the decades, you are eating consistently clean the majority of the time. Because what you're doing is you're fueling your body and you're telling your body, your metabolism, which we talked about in another video, is essentially the process of taking the food that you eat and converting it into the energy you expend. And so the more consistently you are eating food that your body likes and prefers, the better it is at getting rid of that energy, right?
Yeah.
Anything else to say on that?
Yeah, if depending on where you're at in the process, like if you're kind of like starting out and you're like, okay, well, what does cleaner, healthier food look like? Just think less processed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
less ingredients.
Yeah, so less processed. Ideally, you make it at home. You don't get it from another place. Start with that. Okay, it's not about eating less, it's about eating more of the better stuff. Especially if you want to increase your metabolism, which that is what you should be concerned about for long-term success.
That's the long-term game.
Okay, like dropping pounds on the scale, easy, but are you boosting your metabolism? Because if you're not, you're gonna stop.
You can actually drop pounds on the scale really fast, but make it very difficult for you to lose weight if you gain it back later on.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, so it's about how you want to do it. Yeah, the other way is hydration.
Number 3, hydration.
Drinking water. Okay, so here's the deal. It's at the very least, your daily water intake should be half your body weight in ounces. So for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, at the very least, right?
At the very least.
So, for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, your target hydration, your daily hydration target is 100 ounces per day. Okay.
That might sound like a lot, so it's something you can work. All these things are something you can work your way up.
Right. For some people, if all you drink is Diet Coke, then just drink Diet Coke and then start adding 1 glass of water. Work your way up to that. Okay. Do not change something so dramatic overnight, because the more dramatic the change, the less likely you are to be able to keep up with it. That's just the reality.
Say that again. People in the back.
The more dramatic the change it is that you make, the less likely you are to keep up with it. Okay,
and why do you do something? To quit doing it?
No. So yeah, when we talk about hydration, we're talking particularly water. Okay, you can drink all of the 0-calorie monsters in the world. I don't care.
I used to down 2 of those a day.
That's why I say, because I used to do that too. That shit tastes good, makes you feel good, but it doesn't hydrate you, and it's full of chemicals, so it doesn't actually flush out your system. The reason why water is so good is because it literally flushes out your system. Okay, so cheers to that. If you want to boost your metabolism, like think about it. If you wanted, let's think about our metabolism like a sewage system. Okay, we're going to be able to move things around the sewage system when there's less things clogged.
That's your intestines.
Yeah, that's your intestines.
It is the sewage system to your body.
Exactly. So, like if you had more cloggery or just more blockage in your intestines, like you are limited by how fast things can pass through. Right, so when you are constantly when your pipes are clean, then things can move around a lot more smoothly.
Why do you think that when you're constipated, you're gonna get an enema? Because water gotta go somewhere to get something out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can either drink it down consistently and wash it out, or you can flush it out.
And this has nothing to do with your metabolism, but something that we hear a lot from somebody who starts to, just eat cleaner and has just a higher water intake. Like for example, if you eat more vegetables, your water intake is going to be higher. Like one of the things that you're going to notice is, oh my gosh, I go to the bathroom so much more. Why do you think that is? It's because things are moving around. When you're eating all this processed crap, it literally it stays there. Like it gets sticky. That's nasty. It does that in your intestines. It does that in your artery. So, you know, that's not the point of this.
That's not the point of this.
The point is flush it out. Drink water. What you should focus on at the very least is half your body weight in ounces. Okay.
And number 4.
Number 4 is sleep. Okay. Look, sleep is really important because sleep determines your recovery. Your recovery determines any chemical reaction in the body and, you know, how efficient it is. What do you think metabolism is? It's a chemical reaction. So if you're better recovered, the better your processes are going to be.
It's a process for our Canadian friends.
Yeah. Which means that if your sleep quality is better, and if, you know, like your sleep cycle is consistent, then guess what? Your metabolism is going to be more consistent.
True.
Yeah.
So there you have it. 4 ways that you can boost your metabolism to better help you on your weight loss journey, or just for overall health and longevity and wellness and quality of life. Mm-hmm. So what are they again? 1, pack on some more muscle. Come on now. Number 2, eating healthy consistently and balanced throughout time. Okay. Number 3, increase water intake. And number 4, sleep. So if you like something from this video, please hit that like button, that little thumbs up button below this video. It takes you half a second. And then, you know, if you think that somebody else, or you thought about somebody else while watching this video and think that they would benefit from hearing this as well, or you got your girlfriends or whoever where you guys always share all the stuff and talk about all the things that are going to help you to lose weight, this is your last stop. Erin Sarit, last stop. Choo-choo. Everybody off the train. This is where we're staying, okay? Hit that share button. Share that in your group text message where everybody gets annoyed when they go into a meeting for an hour and then they come out with 40 different messages. And let this video be one of those 40 messages, okay?
Bye.
And also, bye. That awkward moment when you say bye to somebody and you walk the same direction as them. Anyways, last thing I want to say is if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you would like to hear us talk about that would help you on your weight loss and health journey, then please put them in the comments below so that we can know what you'd like to hear, because you are the one that we make these videos for. So with that being said,
goodbye.
Goodbye.